Yo, what is up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. As you can see, it's getting a little bit colder. This is my last video for today, but I wanted to make a video about estate planning and the importance of estate planning. Now, a lot of people, when they are doing their financial plan, they have assets, but they don't have an estate plan. They don't have an emergency plan that if something were to happen to them, all their assets would pretty much be obliterated. So, what does that mean? So, let's just say, for example, there's two people working in the family. There's two spouse, husband and wife, and one of them gets taken out of the picture. How would the other wife have the money to basically pay for the other expenses in the house? Let's say the mortgage, the children's education, the food, the groceries, the taxes, the car insurance, the car, all these other expenses. It's important to have these things in play, that if something were to happen, you have a backup plan. So let's start off with the fundamentals, which is life insurance. So if something were to happen, where would you get the other source of income? So let's say, for example, again, there's two people in the equation, the husband and the wife, and one of them is taken out of the equation. One of them passes away. That primary, or that other sources of income is pretty much wiped out. So the other spouse would need, or the spouse would need an insurance plan that she would be able to cover the expenses in case something happens to the spouse, right? So if you have that, it's much easier to actually go forward in life, because without the insurance plan, it's very hard. Well, you'd have to find 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, 6 jobs, and you're going to be very tired from doing all that stuff. Another thing to consider is also your assets. In Canada, if something happens to you and you pass away, all your assets are deemed to be sold at fair market value. Now, what does that mean? Basically, your stocks, your mutual funds, your crypto, all that stuff is all deemed to be sold at fair market value. So if you pass away, let's say you had so much in capital gains, you have to basically pay taxes on that, right? So if you don't have insurance to cover that, where do you think the money is going to be coming from? It's going to be coming from the family, and it's going to be coming out of pocket. Or you would need to sell some of your portfolio to basically cover those taxes. And the thing is, at death, the whole portfolio is combined to get the highest marginal tax bracket. So if you're at the highest marginal tax bracket, let's say here in Canada, 53.33%, something around that number, imagine 53% of your portfolio being taxed and you don't have life insurance to cover that. That is a huge destruction on your portfolio. So it's important to have an insurance plan that can cover that, because if you have an insurance plan that can cover that, all the wealth that you've been accumulating your whole life is basically paid for by the insurance, and you don't have to get money from family, friends, or worse, they might even garnish your paycheck just to cover those taxes. So this is another concept that is very important, because a lot of people don't have these plans, and I always tell my clients that it's very important to get these insurance plans early, because the premiums, or the price per month, price on a monthly basis, is based on basically your mortality rate, which is basically the chances of you dying, your age, your health status. So the moment, I always tell my clients, the moment you have a baby and you have that social insurance number, that's probably the best time to get insurance and do estate planning, because the premiums are the lowest for the child, and you can even get even a permanent plan, or a permanent plan that you pay for like 10 years, and then after it's already paid for, and then it's basically paid for the rest of the child's life, and they can carry on that policy forever until they pass away, right? 2 other things that I can mention is also, just to go on a basic product description, is permanent plans and term plans. Now, when you're younger, it's very interesting to actually beneficial to get a permanent plan when you're younger, because a permanent plan is basically when you get a plan that you only pay for a certain amount of years, let's say 10 years, 20 years, or 15 years, and you have cash value in the plan. So every month, a portion of that premium is going towards your principal, not your principal, your insurance and the investment account. So as time goes on, your investment account grows. So if you have an investment account, you can actually pull out that money for any emergencies. You don't have to ask anybody. Or you can also borrow against that cash value, so you pay 0% in taxes. So that's, just on a tangent. It's a very interesting concept. Term plans. If you can't afford a permanent plan, go for a term plan. A term plan is basically when you only pay for, like, let's say, well, you have to keep paying, basically you have to keep on paying, but let's just say, for an example, you rent a policy for 10 years. After 10 years, if nothing happens to you, you have to apply for another plan, but when you're 10 years older, and the price would be increased. You can also convert that plan into a permanent plan during the duration of the term plan. So, and there's no evidence of insurability during that time. Now, what does that mean? It basically means there would be no questionnaire during the time that you convert your term into your permanent plan. So, I don't want to confuse a lot of you, and it's a lot of information, but there's a lot of ways that you can set up your estate plan in a way that it can actually benefit you and your family over time. So if you haven't done any estate plans yet, this could be a good time to, do it. Just to elaborate on my concept on the concept on term plans, people, let's say people, for example, they have a mortgage that they plan on paying it off within 10 years. Some people may even opt to get a term plan just for 10 years, and then after 10 years they pay, like, they pay a very small amount based on how much the mortgage amount is, and then after it's paid off, once it's paid off, they don't need the insurance anymore, right? But you should also consider that, what about your family, right? So if even if your mortgage is paid off, you want to have some funds set aside for your family. If something were to happen to you, your taxes are paid off, your taxes on your assets are paid off, all these things are paid off. So those things are just like the there's obviously a lot more concepts with estate planning, but for families and people who are growing a family with a lot of assets, who are growing their assets, these things should be talked about. These things should be discussed at the dinner table. So if you haven't done so, and you have questions about anything that I've mentioned in this video, feel free to contact me. I love informing and educating people about these things because it's so important, and I've been doing this for so long that I can really talk for like 10 hours on this topic every single day to a family, and really see things from a very holistic point of view, and really put the numbers, jam it in, and then after see, okay, you need this for this, and then go from there. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to kind of just get my thoughts rolling. It's nice, really nice outside. So I just wanted to go out and talk to you guys here. Have my Lavier, so it's it helps me have a better quality. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this to your friends or family who you might think might benefit from this content. Thanks, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.